Yeah, we could go and fight Borealis though. Although that's a mounted combat fight, generally speaking, so let's upgrade our scythe. Because if we're only really going to be using one scythe for the fight, then we want it to be as strong as possible. Now we need a somber ancient dragon smithing stone. We'll get one at some point. Maybe. If I remember something I read on the wiki like ages ago, there might be one at Moog's house that you can get just by running past a bunch of enemies and opening a chest. So mayhap we'll look into that at some point. But for now, where's our Church of Marika? Where's Borealis? Are we worried about the Church of Marika, or should we just deal with our new dragon friend? Where is he? There he is. What's he gonna do? Fly off like a coward? Ouch. Yep, alright, that's done. It's got the old frost on the go. But we'll bleed him eventually. Ouch. Assuming we don't die in the process. Yep, whatever. Come on, Taro. Stop lying down on the job. How are those not hitting? Oh, we staggered it. We have. I think we'll stay on the horse. Just getting some hits, getting a bleed. Watch out for those stompings. Watch out for all of that gubbins. Jeez. Paige is doing a nice job of distracting here. Paige definitely needs a promotion to +8. Ah, fuck you. And then he just one-shots us because he can. That was going so well. That's the thing with this fight, it seems. It can go really well, but then Borealis just says, nope. And then you're dead. Where be those runes of ours? There they are. Yeah, and there goes Torrent straight away. Fine. Oops. There we go. Ah, and then we almost lose Torrent again straight away. Bloody hell. So. Now where's he gone? This attempt's not going so well. Ouch. Maybe I should have got off and given him the old crit while I had the chance last time. Yeah. Come on, Torrent, stay alive. There's a good boy. Nope. Ah, he's down again. Can we get in a crit? No, we can't, because for some reason we didn't get in the crit. We just got a regular attack. And there goes Torrent again, and we're dead. Because we just got staggered into one of his frostbite clouds. That sucks. Maybe it's another fight where our other side is the better bet, just because it's got flame damage, but it's still got the bleed, which we want. The bleed is nice. But yeah, it's also got flame damage, which may or may not be good against an ice dragon. One would assume that it is. But then maybe all dragons have got natural resistance to flame. Hard to say. All I know is this is a very stupid fight indeed. There he is. Right, let's get Paige out to distract while we grab our rune. Or we don't. Nope, we just get killed. At least we don't have to worry about the runes anymore. Next attempt. Let's see where our dragon face is. There he is. That's dealing 175. I should have probably checked how much damage we were dealing with the other side before I switched. Because the other one is generally stronger. Although I could always swap now and see. $210. Yeah, so this is the best side for the job. Right, started well. But that doesn't mean a lot, as we've seen before, when he can just bullshit you to death in one combo. Right, it's down. Can we get the crit this time? We can. Good. Because look at that damage. It's definitely worth getting off and getting the crit. Wasn't aware I was taking damage there until it was too late because of the bloody death by particle effect. I feel this is more bullshit than the Gargoyle Poison Breath. It's in the same vein, but at least that's a touch easier to see than this nonsense. And then how much damage does that do? Bloody hell. Excuse us while we try and escape that nonsense. Oh, we got frostbitten. Good stuff. By which I mean not good stuff. Safety flask. Oh, jeez. More safety flasks. Paige is dead. Oh, now we're almost dead again. Last chance, Torrent. Bleed would be nice. Oh, there we go. Job done. Bloody hell. Screw you, Borealis. You're the worst. Right, Church of Marika. Somberstone Bell Bearing for 5 and 6. And now if we get another, say, 5,000... yeah, that should definitely be enough for 2 more levels. 50 vigour and more faith. Now what? Well, map mark would be a good start. Could rob these tombs whilst we're in the vicinity. Get ourselves a golden rune 10 and a 7. And a 7. Nice. And then we'll just run away from these dags. Oh, that's Vike, isn't it? Should we give him a go? We've got very little to lose right now. There's only room for one Elden Lord around here, my friend. Only room for one Lightning Boy as well. And it ain't you. Well, hey, that was a good hit. I approve. Jeez. How am I supposed to dodge that, eh? That got lucky there that we didn't get hit. And you're gonna die, please? Please? Thank you. Good fight. Vike's Dragon Bolts. Ooh. And the fingerprint armor. Nice. And a fistful of rune. So, fingerprint armor. Iron armor singed and blistered by fingers. No other tarnish was closer to the throne of Elden Lord than Vike. But without announcement, he travelled far below the capital and was scorched by the flame of frenzy. Did he make his choice for his maiden? Or did some other force lure him with suggestion? Shabriri. You cheeky get. Now, let's make our way to that map market, because there's a site of grace near it, I think. Oh, there's a site of grace, even better. More faith. Because we've got a bunch of cool lightning spells that we might be able to use at some point that we can't yet. Dragon Bolt Blessing. Vike's Dragon Bolt bolsters the armament and body with red lightning. Of all the knights, Vike the Dragon Spear was the one that Lanciax loved the most. Good to know. But yeah, Fortisax's Lightning Spear would be a fun spell to have. And so for that we need... Well, the dragon was Fortisax, and to use the spell, the amount of faith we need is 46. I see what they did there. Oh, we still haven't finished exploring that castle, have we? Was it Trace that was exploring it? Until she took a fireball to the face? It's possible that Utes could find something useful in there, because they're fire monks and whatnot. They've probably got incantations. But for now, we'll grab the old map marker. Because I've only got a couple of minutes left, I'm going to pop back to Leonia of the Lakes. I think I'd read... Oh, hey Hyasta. You're still just lounging around over here, are you? Lovely. We've given her a grape, she can go about her business. But yeah, from what I've read, there's like a few scythe-wielding skeletons that spawn in this graveyard, so... There's one now. Bit easier to kill than the skeletons up in the mountaintops of the giants. So if I was ever to get a grave scythe from somewhere, it'd probably be from here. Wow. But yeah, doesn't look as though we got any today. That's fine. Do I stick around here and grind for a bit? That seems like an off-camera sort of thing, and so far I've done literally nothing off-camera. on anyone. Mostly because if I start doing stuff off camera, then I'll just be like, oh, so I've been grinding a bit, and I'll be like level 713 or something. So maybe we'll give it one more try, and if we don't get a Grave Scythe, we don't get a Grave Scythe, so be it. Nope, no Grave Scythe for Ukes today. A shame. But you can't win them all. Fighting this guy is not a whole lot of fun, you know. But I think we didn't have both our Twin Blades out when we summoned our Mimic, so that might be part of the issue. But now we definitely did this time, so that's good. Get some poison on the go, if we can. I'm not sure if we've got him poisoned. Yeah, I think we have now. No, we haven't. Now we have, for sure. Safety flask, because otherwise we're probably dead very soon. Yeah. Old Mimic's going in there. Yeah. Yeah, he's bleeding good and proper now. Where's he going? What's he doing? He's going over there. We could get round the front for a crit, but I think we've got him regardless. Hey! Took more effort than I was expecting, but then he is a great enemy as opposed to just a regular pleb dragon. Oh, he's worth a lot of runes. He's given us a Jeweler's Moonblade, no less. That'll be some sort of sorcery. Sweeping slash followed by cold blade projectile. It's kind of like carrying greatsword, but for frost. That's cool. That fight suggests we need more vigour. Now we can carry on exploring the altar, I guess. Although, do we want to explore this altar properly? Or do we want to save that for old Cherry Bear and Tracy Bell? Because they're the two that are going to really be doing stuff here. Starlight shards everywhere. So we could buy ourselves any of the summons from Celavus that we might need. It turns out we didn't need to go back to the last site of grace because there was one right in front of us, but hey ho, that's fine. There's a hole in the ground. By the look. Yep, tunnel ahead. Well, we'll leave that tunnel for now. Yeah, maybe we'll come back and look in that tunnel once we've done it with the girls, but I'm pretty sure there's nothing in there for Sammy to use. So we'll just carry on exploring the rest of the altar whilst we've got the chance. Because we've got more ruins, which is always exciting. The Lunar Estate ruins. That feels like a point where you'd put a hidden door. No messages, but it does feel like it. Yeah. There seems to be a revenant spawning over there, which I don't want any part of right now, thank you very much. But we'll take a Smith and Stone 8. Times 3, no less. Very nice. That'll come in handy for getting the old Godskin Peeler leveled up a bit. I assume there's not much else going on around this estate, so we can perhaps press on. Is that all the Lunar Estate ruins? Maybe. In which case maybe we should explore over this other side of it. Might be a second underground thing. Or some extra treasure. There is indeed a second underground thing. As indicated by our imp friend. So let's see what's in this one. It's costing us a key, so it could be useful. Well, it will be useful to someone, probably, but maybe not to Sam. Let's see. Cerulean Amber +2. That's about the best version of that you can get. But yeah, not the most useful thing for old Sam. Not completely useless, of course. She can do the old Bloodblade dance more times. Ah, there we go. There's a little tower down here. So it was worth strolling down, having a poke around. Might just be a memory stone though. Looks like one of those towers of that type. It's got a puzzle. Seek 3 great wise beasts. Is the reward going to be worth it? Are we going to have to look around the whole of the Moonlight Altar area to potentially find these great beasts? It's a big area. Maybe we'll leave that and go about our business elsewhere. Because I did have another plan for old Sam today. I'd kind of forgot that we had the Moonlight Altar to explore, but what I actually wanted to do was do a bit of exploring around Mohg's house. Yeah, I've heard it said, if I remember rightly, that there's some sort of ancient dragon smithing stone around here. I'm not sure if it's the somber one or not, but if it is the somber one, then we could get our main weapon, ouch, up to +10. So killing those lads seems to be a bit of a pain. And totally not worth it in terms of runes. So yeah, let's have a poke around, shall we? See what's what. Smithing 7's always welcome. They seem to be pretty hard to get, all told. Newman's rune.
Hello, Jerry.
Is that like better than a hero's rune? That's a blob. So we'll just circumnavigate said blob, I think. That's a treasure of some sort. Blood rose. Of course it is. Why would it be anything else in this accursed place? Now, what are you all worshipping? And is there a site of grace anywhere around here? I feel like the answer's probably no. Because that would just make life too easy. Looks like we're under protection of the Stake of Marika though. That guy wasn't too bad. What are you doing here, you idiot?
Oh, dear. Am I terribly sorry. Are you here as a customer?
Oh, you're in prison. That makes sense, I guess. Now, if we ever wanted more Stone Sword keys, now's the time to get them, probably, because I don't know if we'll ever come back and see you again. Maybe we'll grab that Lost Ash of War, just for the lols. Another of you lads, eh? You ain't so bad, as long as we keep the pressure on. A Lord's Rune. So yeah, it's definitely worth coming here in terms of treasure. Could drop off there maybe. Now might be a good time to read some messages. Be wary of behind. Oh yeah. Oh, you parried us, son of a gun. Ah. Didn't know you could do that. Well, how do you feel about jump attacks? Parry this, Holmes. You can be appraised. You can also be appraised, though I feel like you put that message down after you saw the other guy's message and you're just trying to farm appraisals. Why is it always behind? It's just easier that way, isn't it? There we go. They do hit pretty hard, all told. What's this message all about? Just some comedy, I guess. Hidden path ahead. Okay, it's just a bad message. Glovewort, though. Ghost 9. Cool. Something incredible, so to speak. Material ahead. That sounds promising. Although it might just be another Glovewort that they're talking about. Nearly got blood lost. It's bound to happen soon, because, yeah, there's too many other buggers. Is that great? Yeah, it's a great Ghost Glovewort, that's what they were referring to. Very well. If you'll all excuse me. Bit of a pain in the ass to navigate this place with it being so pitch black, but such is life. We're back out now into the moonlight, I guess? Well, it's underground, isn't it? So it's not even light. It's just a spooky glow. Now, what's up these stairs? There's a summoning pool. A whole bunch of Albinaurics. A bunch of fire on the ground. And a big round thing. Yeah, if we can lure these guys one at a time, then life might be okay. Why did you cartwheel if you weren't then going to follow it up with an attack of some sort? Bloody Egypt. You should be grateful with all this blood loss I'm giving them. Is that an elevator? It is. Oh jeez, I didn't want to go up there. Not until I finished exploring around here. Excellent. Precious item ahead. Good. That's why we're here. For precious items. This guy's strong. Ouch. Jesus Christ, that guy's too strong. All that caution for nothing. Maybe we'll try the alternative approach. Rush in, open the chest, rush back out. Yeah, excuse me everyone, just passing through. And yes, it's a somber ancient dragon smithing stone. That is exactly a thing that we wanted. I suppose we should bring this elevator back down. Might need it at some point. Jeez, it's all kicking off over there. Can we get revenge on this lad? Maybe. Help if Luna stops butting my headphones. But vengeance is indeed ours. Now, can we kill all these lads as well, just for the sweet runes that they offer? That's one down. Luna, you're pushing my headset right off my head, and I don't appreciate it. You terrible goblin. What are you doing, you mad cat? And another one bites the dust. Runes all over the shop. Delicious. Now, anything down there? No. This looks to be the end of the line, so I suspect going up there, it's boss time. So instead, we'll go back to base and make ourselves a god-slaying weapon. What do you think about that, Lulu? She's unimpressed. She cares not for our +10 pole blade, but I like it.
I took you for dead, no matter it's all
So let's make it. Wabam! Finally, a god-slaying weapon. And we can also get our peeler up a bit as well. And we can get our serpent bow up a bit as well. Because why not? That's another achieve off the old list. And maybe we've got enough for another level. We have. Vigour? Vigour's always good. And maybe we should mix our wondrous physic with something new. The purifying crystal tear. Have we got time for one go? Maybe we've got time for one go. Well, that Sight of Grace said this was the midpoint. So maybe this isn't the boss up the lift. But this time we will ride it, and we'll find out. Yep. That's some weird shit happening right there. We'll send the lift down. Oh. I didn't realise how big the lift was. We're coming back down with it. I'm glad none of those lads down there are facing this way, or they'd just be like, what is she doing? Don't worry about it, Sam. I'm cool with it. Oops! I pressed B. Maybe it's time to stop.